In our latest segment of Behind the Change, I got the chance to learn a little bit more about the Pollinator Project of the Rogue Valley, a group working to not just help the local people here in Southern Oregon, but the ecosystem as a whole. Take a look. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Behind the Change, where we talk to the people and the groups making the changes in our community. Today's organization is the Pollinator Project of the Rogue Valley. I'm joined by their president, Christina Lefevre. Thank you so much for joining me today, Christina.
Thank you so much, Rocky. Appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome. So the first things first, I have to ask, what is the Pollinator Project? What do you guys do?
Yeah, it's a good question. We're based in Phoenix, Oregon. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. And what we're really doing is talking with the community, with people about the importance of our native pollinators and our native plants. And it's not something that people, just think about every day, but when they see a beautiful flower, when they see a beautiful butterfly, then that's because of where we live in this amazing biodiverse region. And so getting people to understand how many pollinator species there are and what they can do in their own front yard, backyard to plant a native plant to help save all the pollinators.
And I see there's a couple different programs you guys have. Could you fill me in a little bit on them? I know there's Pollinator Pals and some others.
Yeah, Pollinator Pals is just really doing great. We have a great team. Ethan Robinson is our Pollinator Pals education coordinator, and he's been with us now for a number of years, and he gets out into the schools. We're working with various community organizations to help engage just the youth, because that's where you start to get the kids involved and excited about seeing butterflies and bugs, bees. Just teaching the youth about what they can do, the amazing ways they can help. We have a wonderful brochure that came out from Oregon Department of Agriculture a few years ago, and this just shows you the diversity of the bees that are here in Oregon alone. So just helping the youth begin to understand that, I think, is really important. And the butterflies and the caterpillars, the beetles that make up our ecosystem, getting into the schools, I think, is really important. So then we have another program, Our From Fire to Flowers, and so we're helping the community rebuild after the fire, helping put in pollinator gardens, designing and installing them. It really makes a difference. People come back to a scraped front yard in the fire zone, and then we're able to help them put in plants that are actually helping them as well as the pollinators.
And how has the Alameda Fire really shaped the work you guys do now?
Yeah, I think it just makes it so much more urgent. When the fire came through and burnt the thousands of acres and the thousands of homes, it really made a difference in what was there for the pollinators, and it made the landscape so ugly. And so being able to help people see the benefit of our native plants and how that's helping our greater ecosystem is just really more urgent. Our From Fire to Flowers Pollinator Garden program is helping people with putting the plants in, and we are really appreciative of our funders that are helping create these different programs, and the community as well.
And just lastly, is there any date, event, anything the community should know about that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, I would love to share the fact that we are now running a Step Up for Pollinators end of year campaign. It's really an impactful time for all nonprofits, and us especially. We are growing, and now that we have staff that are actually able to get out and be with the community in the different ways, having the support of the community, we have board members and other generous donors that have contributed a $10,000 match fund, and so we are looking for people to step up and help us move well into 2025 and support our programs.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and giving me and our viewers a little bit of a look behind the work you guys are all doing, behind the change you're making here in our community. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Rocky.
We have more news and weather coming up.